Red Twilight, A Dawning of Power, Chapter 9. Elle and Lasty smash open boxes in the storeroom with high proficiency, digging around but finding only mountains of useless stuff like books, soap, car parts. One sad, lonely trash watches them with interest. Snake, Jacob, and Spooky argue amongst themselves, trying to grasp the situation. Larry sits with himself, unenthusiastically. Trash approaches Elle. "You two don't talk much, do you?" She whispers in a weary tone. "No." Elle answers simply, focused on his work. Talk is meaningless. "So what is important then?" "The SOP." Elle pulls a stuffed animal from the box and hands it to her, staring at it for a moment. "SOP? What is SOP?" "The standard operating procedures." Elle picks up a hunting bow and nods approvingly. "Are you soldiers?" Trash asks, trying to understand the enigmatic man. "I am incognito, a ghost. I have no birth certificate, no social security number, no credit cards or bank accounts. My image is sculpted to leave no impression. I am Fagawi," Elle explains. "How does that happen to someone?" "I was my father's shadow. I walked his walk. I learned to talk his talk. His father was the same as him." "You must have loved your father." Elle stops working for a moment. "You're a real annoyance, you know that," he thinks to himself. In the course of his father's work as an old-world gangster, Elle remembers seeing men tortured. Here, in their situation they are in, he was reminded of the constant stream of shadowy company and the cold, calculated deals that accompanied his father. But most importantly, he remembered his father's rules. "I hated him. I loved my mother. My father didn't believe in normal things like relationships, friends, toys. He had only two loves in the world, and it wasn't my mother or me." Elle gets lost in his mind. My father's dance partners were his work and his partner. He taught me everything: his work, his fighting skills, how to drive, the value of faith. There are only two things you can trust in life: yourself and your shotgun. Elle looks to Lasty. Any man alone is a man simply waiting for death. But two men with absolute trust can fend off any enemy. Trash smiles lustfully. "You're cute," she grins. Irritated by the young woman's attention, Elle slams down a box lid and pivots to face her. Pointing sternly, he says, "You are a teenager suffering from Cinderella syndrome, which is sad, but is in fact for 1 in 50 women. I have my share of difficulties in life, and one of them is solitude. But I can't imagine your pain, and I would enjoy you not dragging me into your private hell." "Cinderella syndrome?" Trash asks, puzzled. "The inability to control one's sexual urges." Trash seems cut by Elle's word. She crosses the room to isolate herself rather than listen to further verbal abuse. Elle watches Lasty put a comforting hand on Trash's shoulder as she passes. She pats his hand as she continues on her way. Elle shoots Lasty a cold glance as if to remind him of the mission. Lasserty shakes his head disapprovingly before the men continue their work in silence. After finishing his search, Al makes his way to Lasserty's side. What do you have? Lasserty draws 2 custom blacktails with folding blade attachments, fully loaded with 15 rounds each, pointing to a box labeled Andy's Guns and Survival Gear. Al nods approvingly. The bald man opens the box and looks to the group. Who has combat training amongst you? He demands as he starts distributing small arsenal. Larry and Snake are provided with ammo to reload their guns. Al gives Trash and Spooky a pair of 9mm. Jacob is provided a pump-action shotgun and a half box of shells. In the basement, Pistol cracks open a door. His eyes grow wide as he catches a glimpse of a winged wolf talking to a snake woman and a shadowy man with purple eyes and raven black hair dressed in a trench coat. Pistol hides around the corner, pushing Ashley behind him, barring her with his whip. Lamia speaks. The men upstairs are hunters. I figured that, the wolf responds. They have a cleric. I saw that. And Belmont. I know. We are fucked. The shadowy man smiles sinisterly. The last child of Belmont. Saves me the trouble of looking for him. Lamia looks to him. What will you do, Lord Kravix? If he is as proud as his ancestors, he will burn with them. Kravix steps into the darkness, becoming part of it. The wolf sniffs the air, then starts to move to the door. Pistol bites his lip. The wolfen steps into the hall, following the scent. Hi. Pistol laughs nervously as the wolf creature comes into view. He howls to get the attention of the other monsters. Pistol cold cocks him, toppling the beast. He picks up Ashley and runs away, flying up the steps to the bar, only to find it riddled with monsters. Big mistake, he mutters. The wolfen has recovered, and he charges around the corner, chasing Pistol and the girl. Pistol snaps his whip from side to side, clearing a path for Ashley and him to run along. The man throws Ashley onto the stage as he spins around and whips the wolf, creating a moon-shaped burn on its forehead. He flails the whip again, but this time the wolf grabs it. Pistol pulls a street-fighting knife from his belt and flings it, grazing the wolf's wrist. The wound causes the creature to release the whip, allowing Pistol to run onto the stage after Ashley. The ghouls chase after them as well. Ashley and Pistol attempt to run backstage, but the door is jammed. Thinking quick, Pistol decides to snap his whip at the catwalk ladder and drags it into reach. He pushes Ashley up the ladder and starts to climb after her. The wolf leaps over the undead to reach them. Hearing him coming, hanging from the ladder upside down by his legs, he backhands the monster. But the beast grabs him and the ladder shakes them both. As the ladder shudders and creaks, Ashley screams, nearly losing her grip. Charlie, she calls. Pistol headbutts the beast, dizzying him. The wolf slashes Pistol across the chest. with sharp claws. Pistol elbows the monster's arm, buckling the joint, then looses a palm punch. The blow makes the monster lose its grip. Pistol gives it a healthy knee to the groin, and the wolf falls to the ground, breaking the lower part of the ladder on its way. Finally, the man can spin around and continue his ascent. Below, the massive monsters begin tearing at the wolf. It bursts out of the pack and curses. Damn Belmont. Pistol winks and waves at it, with his whip plain in sight. Don't look so smug. If I don't kill you, something even less human will. The wolf howls. Pistol crawls onto the catwalk and falls onto his back, panting for air. He may act unshakable, but fear and excitement will tucker one out faster than one may think. Pistol's will is strong, but so are the forces at work here. Ashley kneels over her rescuer, tucking her dress under her knees. Charlie, are you okay? Pistol takes off his leather coat as he finds the strength to sit up. His arms are banged up real good, scratched and bleeding, and his shirt is half shredded from the fight. Thank God for armor, he thinks to himself. He hands his coat off to Ashley and takes her arms. Here, put this over your dress. It's heavy and baggy. If something grabs you, it will have to eat a lot of fabric before it finds skin. Don't try to fight. Run if you have to. Run till the sun is up and someone comes looking for you. Charlie? She says, a sad look in her face. What's wrong? Honestly, he thinks, a lot is wrong, but he can't say that to a little girl. I'm hurt, he responds. It's not too bad, I think, but if the things down there come up here, I will fight as long as I can, and I want you to keep running until I catch up. Pistol wipes her face as she nods, understanding that Pistol is reliable, but that unlike the stories her father would tell her, sometimes the valiant knight lacks the strength to overcome all evils.